Hi there, it's Tania from Tatty Treasures. Hello and welcome back. You'll have to excuse my voice. I've got a really sore throat and I'm sneezy and so I think I've got a summer cold. I have taken a test and it's negative. So I'm here today to do the Roxy challenge, and this week she's using the promissory. Are they promissory notes or I don't know. They like a check, but they what you would give somebody a little bit like an IOU. That's the kind of what I got from what Racheal said. So I've got these from Lorna at Tailor Made Journals. The last week when I did just hide my camera. Last week when I did oh dear, I can't think. The challenge, I did it with invoices. I've printed another invoice out because I know a lot of you was like, oh yeah, that was a really good idea, so I thought I'd do it in an invoice as well. So a lot of these checks have got the backs to them as well, which is going to be great because I can stick it on. So I'm going to start by cutting them. I mean, I don't know, I wonder if I could just fold them in half without cutting. It depends where that line comes. Yeah, that'd be fine actually. I don't know if, see, I've now printed this on 200 GSM, so I don't know if it's gonna, no, I think it'll make a quite sturdy book. So I'm just gonna trim the edges off. So that's that one. That one's fine, and it's fine at the bottom. So I will get that with my bone folder and give it a good burnish down in a minute. So, oh, as I said, we're making notebooks. Just don't expect you to know. You'll have probably seen Racheal's video anyway. So I think I am going to cut these to pieces because when I fold these together, they don't meet as well. So I'm gonna cut that off and cut that off. I'm just going to place them together just to make sure that they fit. We're still a little bit on that. Where am I? That's it. Let's put it straight. Right, let's have a look at that now. I think that'll do. Oh, it's just a little bit off. Okay, so that's that one. Let's see if this one meets. So I just printed 4 of these off, and I think I printed 2 of the invoice ones. No, again, that's not going to meet very good. Right. Cut that. Oh. Let's just put that together. And cut that rest of that white off. Okay, that's that one, and this one. Oh, I'm going to cut it off. Just going to cut it off. Really, this would have been fine on probably a normal copy of paper, with it having a front and a back or something less than 200, but yeah, it'll be fine. I'll say it'll just make a sturdier cover, but a sturdier cover isn't needed for it. So this is one of the invoice ones, and I've just printed that at the back. That's from Lorna's I think it's French invoices. So that's that one. And this one, let's see how wide it is. It is 7 3/4. So if I do it 3.5 and a bit, 3.5 and a bit, I think that'll be about half. Right, I think one's wider than the other, but that is fine. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Oh, I shall just get rid of these. I'll get my mat out if I can reach it. Oh, that's that. So yeah, that's just check on if I'm, yeah, if I stay on the mat, it'll be fine. Just stay on the mat. Right, let's put this away. I'm going to get my bone folder and my ink and my dapper, and I'm going to start by, now Racheal did it that a bit flapped over, so we'll do that. Get a burnish down. I'll just fold that. I could have probably done with going a bit wider, but that's fine. And we'll go there. Might get the little trimmer out and just trim now. Surprising, isn't it, once you fold things and then all of a sudden it's not straight. There, that's fine. So that's that one. So let's do this a bit more. I'm gonna do that one there. And that one there. Oh, that'd be nice. Just checking that there's, you know, a space between where it stops. So that's the ones with the invoices. This is two receipts. So let's have a look. I think I like the blue writing better, so I'm going to do this as my flap over, and then do that one there. Okay, let's check. Just once snip in either side. I didn't check that other one. I'll do that in a sec. That's that one. Let's just do this one. Oh, that's that one. Let's check that one. I think just a little bit, just a touch. I need to get the alcohol wipes out and give my blade a wipe over, because I think I must have done something quite gluey. And fold this one over. See, the more bluer ones I will put away for the birds. Oh, what I'm going to get round to at some point, but yeah, at the minute it's all about the botanicals. Right, so these are the actual promissory notes. So you could do this if you wanted as, you know, you don't have to, you could just fold it in, oh, it's alive. You could just fold it in half. You don't have to have a flap up, so that would make a nice large one. You could do it that way and have it as a, I always like a notepad that does that. I don't know if it just reminds me of the police or being a reporter, but it just feels it feels important. So yeah, you could do it like that, or you know, like we have been doing like that. You could also just do one of the notebooks and obviously cut it off, but like that. So lots of different ways to do a notepad, but I am liking these folded over. I think it's cute. So put that there. And that one's fine on the other side. Let's just give it a burnish down. So that's that. Oh, I need to glue them, don't I? What am I thinking? Oh, I bet you was shouting, wasn't you? Well, I hope you was. I hope you didn't just just leave me to get on with it. Right, I'm going to glue these down and then we'll give them time to dry, and we'll work on the other ones first, and we'll see what kind of time it's on to see if we've got time to do these. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to decorate them or not. Rachel decorated a few of them. Didn't over decorate them at all because they're just nice enough, aren't they? So yeah, I'm a bit unsure. So we'll leave that one like that. I'm going to get my brayer out in a minute. I do like a good braying session. Right, I think that one goes up that way. Yeah. So how cool that you've got the back as well. Really like that. But I think probably a third of them in the kit has got a back to them. So I think in a couple of weeks I'm going to do a project just using these, see what I can come up with. See, that's that one. There's one blue one in the kit, which is great. Love the blue. It's a grey blue. It's very, very nice. I don't know if Lorna's got a second set or not. If you're watching, Lorna, have you got any more blue ones? Have you got any green ones? I suppose they're pretty rare. I'm guessing the majority of them would just be on, you know, normal paper. So that's that one. It's fab. And this one, which is the one that I didn't have to cut, I think they actually better cut. This one feels a little bit more lumpy to the other, but I've started gluing, so I'm committed, so I shall carry on. But yeah, this one does feel a little bit chunky. So that should be that. Let's give it a quick bray. Oh, I've had a bit of a move around on my desk. One of my lovely Patreons, Alison, has sent me a bit of a desk organiser. So I did spend part of yesterday organising my desk. Who knew they needed organising? But yeah, once I started, it definitely did. So I will put it in next week's vlog. It's not meant for a desk, it's more cupboard organisation. Excuse me. I'm just gonna get a drink. Yes, it's more cupboard organisation, but it's great. And it looks so much neater. I mean, I'm not saying that my desk was untidy, because you know that it wasn't. But it's definitely neatened it up, and it's now enabled me to be able to have my punches on the desk, so I'm not having to reach over there. So when I first, well, not first, but not so long ago, I didn't have my stamps on the desk or my punches, and I managed to get my stamps onto the desk, and that has made it that I use them. I'm going to put the papers in there, so I'm not going to ink that part. Yeah, I've definitely been using the stamps and stencils more why they've been on my desk than I have before. And obviously I'm always reaching for, you know, corner rounder or circle punch. And I've put my little, is it like the mini croc? I don't know what you call it, but you know, one of them whole things what the lovely Nola sent me for my birthday. Thank you very much, Nola. I'm still coming to grips with it. I don't know what it is with me and kind of like new equipment. I mean, I'm like it with stuff in the house as well. And you know, I'm not embarrassed to say I struggle putting the television on because yeah, there's too many remotes. There's, you know, you just used to turn the telly on and there'd be 3 channels to choose from. But yeah, there's first you have to, you know, find which remote is the one you need, and sometimes you need a couple because you need to turn all these different boxes on. And then, you know, we get this like startup screen. I don't know, it's just beyond me. So yeah, it's not just crafting things that I have problems with. Anything new, it really does take me a while to get my head around it and to be able to use them. So yeah, I just have to keep trying, just keep trying. Good try, Tania. Right, so that's all those inked. I'm not going to ink those until I do them because we might not even get time to do them. So we're going to put some papers in these. So they're all different sizes. So let's start off with, I think we'll go in, because I'm thinking I'm using scraps. So let's go in size order. So I don't use the biggest scraps first. I don't know what I've actually got in here. So I'm hoping that everything's not too small. Oh my goodness, I've just made loads of clusters. They might be okay. What's gonna be? Yeah, I've just made loads of clusters in that, but yeah, they're a good basis for clusters. So those kinds of ones would be fine. I don't know how I've ended up with all these little squares. I don't know. I wonder what I was doing. Does anybody know what was I doing to get all these little squares? Right, we don't want them. Put those in there. So they're going to be too small, aren't they, for this project? I'm not going to use those big pieces. I don't think there's any need. So there's loads of this size. They're too thin. They're too, well, they're not too big, but yeah, I think we'll be okay. I'm just going to leave those out just in case. Right, let's have a look. I didn't realise I've got as many. Oh, I can see a project coming on, can't you? Let's use all these bits of paper up. But they're ideal for, I mean, you can make all kinds of sizes of notebooks. That's why I like notebooks. Right, so we're going to do the biggest first, aren't we? So I would say that these are the biggest. That didn't take much working out, did it? Look at this. Right, and then we probably won't need those small pits. I'll put those to the back. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So, yeah, height-wise, obviously, they're not right. How many shall I put in? Shall I put 4 in? Yeah, I think 4. So, if we had it to there, and so, yeah, I think that would be okay. So I'm just going to fold it to there. I'm going to cut it off there. So yeah, again, I'm going to end up with peculiar off. Hopefully that'll make it that I can, yeah, oh, just fit it in. No, I can't. Really don't want to get that big trimmer out again. So we need a bit off. Let's do it in half. Shall I get my little ruler? I'm quite liking having this little ruler. Right, so let's say it's 3.5 high. So 3.5. 3.5. That's it. Hopefully that will do that one. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll just pop that over there. It's the only thing, I'm not saving those. I have got lots of tiny strips. Yeah, that's the only thing with doing different size notebooks. You've obviously got to, you know, do your papers different. So this is going to be a smaller one. So we'll cut that off of there. Okay, but hey, and I've even got an even smaller one. Yeah, there's a pack of 3 off Amazon. I have put them on my favourites list, and yeah, I'm feeling like I'm pulling a ruler out more because it's small. It feels easier. I think the little one goes up to 6 inch and the big one goes up to 8 inch. So I'm not having to pull my big one out that often. So that's that one. Super. Right, let's have a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are papers from Amazon. They're those ones what look aged. I do normally keep some in as emergency, you know, if I've got no tea stained paper, and they really come in handy. And I think for notebooks and stuff, I do tend to use it rather than the tea stained when it's in full sheets, because I just think, well, I can save the full sheets, you know, for actual journals rather than a notebook. So that's just under 4. Let's cut that side. Just under 4 I said, didn't I? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's super duper. See, that's that one. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know how many pieces Rachel put in hers. I'll say I'm only, you know, roughly estimating. I don't mind if it just comes past this piece. It's just that I don't want it going into the crease. That's all I'm measuring against it for. That's that. That's it. Just over 4. So I'll do it at 4. Look at that. See, that's that one. Right, hour with time, 25 minutes. I've got, so I waffled for about, so I normally go to 50 minutes. So I've got about another 25 left. So let's, and I want to cut, and I don't know if my trimmer will struggle because obviously it's thicker. That. Let's do the papers for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So around there. Put that off. And I'm thinking if I leave them plain as well, it means that I can use them in whatever. But I think if I did decorate them, I would just put either a botanical sticker on, and I would use the sticker because you'd be able to see through it, so you're not hiding you know, the nice writing, or I would just probably put a small bird image on there. So that's that one, like that. They do feel a lot nicer, to be honest, but they're fine in one. But yeah, these do feel more substantial. Right, that's that. Come on, get on with it. Right, so I think this would be, just gonna just bend it gently. That's it. That's it. It's not cracked. Let's bring that in a little bit more. Okay, just got this top bit. Let's just set. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's I don't know which way it's going. That way, isn't it? It's rather awkward doing it on top of the trimmer. That's way too short. Let's go there. Hopefully that's that's right. Once I've just made it awkward having the trimmer on. It's just what I like to do, make things difficult for myself. Adds to the challenge. Right, so just under 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 I'll go. Okay, there. I think let's see what that's like. I've gone a bit skew with on the papers, but that's fine. In fact, let's just take a bit off. I don't know if I'll get through them. Yeah. Right, so that is that one. Oof. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let's have a look at the front. So that'd be lovely, won't it, on the front. So if I do that like so. Like that. I think there's just a bit on that top where it just needs. Oof, that's that. Yep. Right. Oh, are they my pages? So answer from there to about there. Okay. That's that. Oh, need the height, don't I? Right, just over 3.5. So I'll go up 3.5. I think I could just do it, taking just a little bit more off that. I'm gonna have to drink some more of my tea in a minute. Oh, right, that's that one. Okay, and the last one. So we've only got smaller paper for. So let's fold this. I'm gonna do it like so, and bring that over there. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's plenty. It's fine. Okay, just a touch on this one. That's that. Yep. Just straighten that. Right. Let's take some off that. Like that first. That's fine. And then just straighten it up. And that's that one. Okay, I'm just going to pause and I'm going to finish my cup of tea and get rid of this mat. Okay, I'm back. I've got my pokey tool out. I've got a book out to do it on, and the first ones I'm going to do it with the string. So these are the thicker card ones. So I'm just going to hold it there and just going to put a hole. Oh, that is tough. Am I through? Yeah. Let's just reline it up. Yeah. Put one there. Oh, and just make sure it's still lined up because it keeps moving. Normally, if it's something a bit bigger, I use those little clips to hold it in place. And if you're new, I think holding it in place is a good idea. So I'm going to go 3, and then I'm going to go 1, 2. Oh, and let's do another one. Why not? Why not? I think I got, you know, a lot of strings. So, and if I've got some left, I can keep it for tags. So I'm going to go in this way. Okay, so I'm going from the outside of the cover through. It's a bit thick, this needle. Won't matter the string actually. Right, and I'm going to leave so much hanging out. Okay, let's just line back up again. I think Colin's bringing slippers up. Let's have a look at him. Oh no, he isn't. Has your dad gone out? Ryan's off this week. Just annual leave. And he's just nipped to the pet shop because it's the summer school holidays here next week. So I just said to him, our pet store is on the retail part where we both work, and yeah, it gets really busy on there over the holidays. So I said, do you think you ought to go and fetch some, because he'll be due some next week. So he's gone to fetch some, and he has been on some tablets, Colin, not Ryan. Oh, mind you, I'll tell you that story in a minute, actually. So I've done that. So both of the strings now are on the outside, okay? So I'm going to make sure that I've got a string either side of this one. And I'm going to pull it tight. Make sure we're tight inside. And I'm going to knot it off. So I've mentioned it a couple of times before. Colin's had he'd got a bit of a limp, especially when he'd been sitting, you know, for long periods of time on the sofa or something. A little bit like, you know, like us when we've sat for a long time. So this is going to wrap around, and this is then going to be our closure. I did this closure on the junk mail journal that I did, and I got the idea from Izzy B, who I followed, her tutorial for the junk mail. Love that, for the junk mail journal. So we'll do another one like so. Anyway, when he took him for the vets, I think it was his yearly checkup, he mentioned it, and they said, oh, he might have arthritis, and that's all they said about it. They didn't say, you know, do you want an x-ray or, you know, anything like that. Now, I don't know if they normally do, but because we was still in restrictions, and we're still in kind of restrictions now, even though they're saying that, oh, there's no more restrictions, there is. The doctors still aren't seeing you. You're lucky if a doctor's seeing you at the moment. Anyway, so my auntie has had dogs for years, and she said there was these certain tablets, I forget what they're called. Anyway, they're so expensive. And I think I'm going from the outside in. I think it said like to give him 3 a day, and then they would have only lasted a couple of weeks, and they was far too expensive to only last a couple of weeks, so we gave him 2 a day, and the limp thing disappeared, and then, you know, you're never sure if it's just disappeared because it's disappeared, you know, it's disappeared. And he'd run out a couple of days ago, and Ryan said, oh, he's limping again. And I said, it must be those tablets then. So he's gone back to get some more. So I think that's what he's going to have all the time. So I think as well, now we know that they actually worked. Yeah. We don't mind the money, because sometimes you buy things, don't you, and you don't know if they work or not. And that brings me on to, I take turmeric for anti-inflammatory, and I've took it for I don't know how long I've been diagnosed as fibro now, probably 5 years. So I've probably took it 3 years. And yeah, like I say, you never know if something really works or not. And I ran out, and I'd not realised, because I take several vitamins, and I was talking to Julie about something, Julie from Camellia, not Camilla, and I said to her, you know what, I think I've run out of my tablets. And yeah, I had. So I ordered some more, and yeah, I felt that the inflammation had gone. So it's crazy. Same with the magnesium. I ran out of those, and I got so many aches, and my cramp started back in my legs. So yeah, I think until you take something for quite a long time and then you stop taking it, I think that's when you notice that it is working. And then you think, well, I don't mind the expense if it's actually doing something. So that's that. Back to the Ryan's not on tablets. Actually, it's going to be on tablets. When we came back from our holidays, when we went to Devon, we stopped at a service station on the way home, and there was a little dog trail there. And why I went inside the service station with Eleanor to get drinks and things, he took Colin on there, and he said, no, he didn't say anything. And then we was on the motorway, and all of a sudden he went, ow. And I said, what's the matter? He says, I think something's just bit me. And he looked down, which, you know, I was panicking about because we was on the motorway. And he said, there's something on my leg. And anyway, I said, just carry on driving. we'll look at it when we get home. Anyway, it was a tick. Now, I've never seen a tick before. So, you know, we first searched what it could be, saw that it was a tick and saw how to remove it and things. So I removed it. We obviously checked Colin. And, you know, that was the end of it. A few times when Ryan felt a bit unwell for the week after or the fortnight after, he kept going, oh, it must be that thing. And then it was forgotten about. And then yesterday it got a rash, you know, near where the bite was. So he's rang the doctors. Obviously the doctor don't want to see him. And he had to send a photo in. And yeah, they've given him some antibiotics, which is going to pick up. And I think they are the antibiotics for, you know, if it is a tick bite. So whether it is or not, I'm guessing they're just doing it as a precaution. So, and I think Ryan said there could be a 3-week dose of them. So I said I'm going to pick them up today, and then he'll have a good week on them before going back to work. Because I mean, I don't know about him, but antibiotics do tend to make me feel quite unwell. So yeah, that's all that. That's all that. So it's Eleanor's last week at school this week. Like I say, they break up on Friday for the summer holidays. Normally in the UK we have 6 weeks, and I think they've changed it this year. It looks as if they're just having 5 weeks, which is brilliant. I wish they'd do it down to 4 weeks. I mean, it doesn't bother me so much now Eleanor's getting older, but you know, when she was younger, getting childcare, especially when I was full-time, for those 6 weeks was an absolute nightmare. So yeah, it's just 5 weeks this time, which, you know, she moaned and groaned about, but it's long enough. So they're having to wear masks on the last week. There's been quite a few cases. As you know, Eleanor's been off for the last 10 days. She just went back Monday. She was in isolation because someone in her tutor group was positive, and they've had, you know, odd cases in all different years. And then I think on Friday, when they broke up last week, we got an email saying there was another 4 positive cases in the school. That's that one. So we'll do the others different. So yeah, love those. Right, we're on 44. I'm not going to decorate them because, well, because I'm going to have run out of time, aren't I, really? So let's think about this one. I'm going to, which is the smallest? Probably this one. So yes, they're having to wear masks on the last week, but you know, I mean, is it worth it? I don't know, because obviously there's no restrictions here now for going out and things like that, and obviously it's going to be the summer holidays, so they're all going to be mixing with and not have masks on. So, but obviously school need to, you know, keep people safe. I suppose it's their responsibility while they're there. So I stapled that one. So we're gonna have to put a closure on there. I'm gonna try and staple this one. You could also just run up them with your sewing machine. If I had mine set out, I have been looking at a trolley on wheels which has got a table, well, not a table, you know, a top where I could have my sewing machine and I could have it at the side of me, so I could have it set up and swizzle round on video and do it. But it's not expensive, but it's a little, you know, it's not all right, I'm gonna have it today kind of thing. So that's that one. Don't know if these will be too wide, but I was going to show you a different way, and I think I'm going to do it with string actually. So I think I'll do them both like that. Okay. You could even glue them if you just put a thin line of glue there, because it's only, you know, a few pages, and then you could glue that one down, thin line of glue, and keep doing it. And because there's only a couple of pages, you know, you could do that. So lots of different ways. So let me think about this. I think I'd go in that way. So let's make sure. So I'm just going to put 2 holes in. So one at the top-ish, one at the bottom-ish. And did I just work out that I'd go that way? I can't remember what action I just did with my hands. Okay. Okay, so I've just pulled the needle off. Yep. And then I'm not going to knot it, I'm just going to tie it, because then when you use your pages you can just untie it. I suppose I could, because you could cut the string, couldn't you? In fact, I'll double bow it. Sorry about Colin, obviously thinks I need protection because Ryan's not in. So that's that. I don't know how loose that'll be. No, that's fine. So yeah, I like that. You could do that with ribbon as well, you know, depending on what your aesthetics are. Oh. I was going to make it into 1 ply, because I think, I don't know if this is 2 or 3. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I was going to take a ply off. So at the bottom, minding my fingers, look, my fingers are nowhere near. Twist it around again. Get it right into that crease. That's it. I'm going to go from the inside. Ooh. If you've got a really sharp needle, sometimes I don't even put the holes in. I just you know, push the needle through, but these are quite blunt. So just pull out like so. And just do that again. And double knot it. Ryan's back. It's not too loose. Doesn't seem to be. No. Right, so that's the sewing in. So we've got 4 what are tied round. Let's yeah. So we can put Velcro dot on. Let's see. So stick that on there, and then stick the rough one on top of the smooth one. Just close that. And that's that one. So that's that fastened. Do another one like that. So you'll get both. Stick that there. Yeah, that's the smooth one. So I want the rough one. Pop that there. I've got my Velcro dots on the Amazon favourites. So that's that one. That's a nice easy one. Right, let's let's have a go at this. So I think oh, I need to put that in there. Right, so let's get a eyelet. Yeah. Let's take that backing one off. I think there's 2 on there. Come off. So that's that one. And this one, yeah, it doesn't seem to want to do it. Let's try it on a different bottom. That's better. Okay. Yeah, I just don't get it. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. It's, yeah, it just seems temperamental. So they're both blue, aren't they? I think I might do them with some ribbon. That's navy blue. So poke that in. This is just a 3mm ribbon. It's a gross grain one. I don't know if that's how you say it or not. I heard different people call it different pronunciations. Don't like that like that. It's because I want to do it that way, don't I? That's it. So that's that one. Let's do this one. And that's that one. So that is that. So I think we've done pretty well, even though we've gone over time, but only by about 5 minutes, and obviously I've not decorated any. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, and you know how everybody is in our household now. So I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.